mentored, we speak engaged, we big brothers, we all that. Okay? Me, myself, I am a mental health worker, I'm a father, I'm a brother, I'm a friend. Okay? So what I want to give you guys something real quick. I want to give you guys 3 points. I call this push and P. Y'all know what that is, right? Push and P? Push and P? Push and P. Call this push and P. So, the first P you're going to push is going to be purpose. Purpose, okay? Having a purpose for what you're doing and why you want to do it in life. Gotta have purpose. Say purpose, guys. Next one is passion. You gotta have passion. Whatever you do, whatever you want to do, you gotta have passion. You gotta believe in yourself. You gotta want to do that thing. Whatever it is, you gotta have what? Passion. The next one is presence. You gotta be in the present. You gotta have yourself, your body, your mind, your spirit, your soul in the present, in the moment. Okay? Not going to accomplish anything in life if you're not in the moment. You know what that means, right? That means like when you guys in school, your mind is way over here, but your work is here, not going to be successful, right? So again, before I let this while we go, I got passion, purpose, and presence. And what we call those? Pushing what? Pushing P. Copy it up.
I walk around a lot, and I remember being in y'all age. I might have been sitting right there, the guy just stayed up there. That's all I heard. So you hear my voice walking around like this. Some people come over and this, that, that. It's all right. I want you to hear me. Right? Something. My name is Wally Renner. It's always a pleasure to be able to come and engage with you all. Sometimes I know y'all hear speakers, they speak at you. I myself am you. I am you. I am. I want everybody to say, I am power. Say, I am power. I am power. I am power. I am power. We'll get to that, and I'll tell you where that comes from. A little bit about myself. I grew up in Charlotte, North Carolina, and just like you all, adversity. A lot of things that I saw at a young age, a lot of things that I've been through as a man, still overcoming that. Just like you all. When I learned to put I am after everything, that's how I became power. I grew up in West Charlotte. By the young age of 10, I saw my first life go. I remember witnessing the spirit, the air leaving out of a body at 10 years old. Couldn't sleep, barely could eat. Nobody could tell me what was going on, like how I was feeling. Over the years, saw a couple of more. But that catapulted me to go on and be an architect, like that young man right there say he wants to be an architect. Tavion, right? Demonte. Sorry about that. Messed it all up like my grandmother used to do. I said I wanted to be an architect. And I put that in the atmosphere. Also, love football. The adversity, I call it pain. My cousin helped me be where I am right now. While I understand that we call that adversity, I call it pain. Pain to purpose. So at an early age, all the pain that I engulfed and went through, I put that on the football field. And I made another body feel that pain. That's the only way I could communicate that. That's why I'm here right now, because I learned how to do that. At y'all age, I didn't know how to. All I knew how to deliver pain back. They say hurt people, but I played football. I use it in that source. It catapulted me to go to the University of Virginia to get my degree in architecture. Where someone told me, even the coach told me, my grandmother told me, you can't do that. You can't be an architect, spell it. But I always said I was going to do it. I did it, young man. I always told my mother I was going to get her a house. Got drafted in the 4th round in the NFL. First thing I did, got my mother a house. And my pops got him a house. So I said that. I put it in the atmosphere. I'm going to get to that in a minute. And I'm not going to keep you long. How do I think? Everybody always tells young people, overcome it. You're bigger than that. You can do it. Right? Everybody always tell you can do it. Don't think about it. Do this. Nobody tells you how do I think to be powerful? How do I think to overcome adversity? How do I think to become free? How do I think to own my power? Whatever I place into my energy, whatever's around me, what I eat, what I drink, the people that I'm around, all that feeds into me. All that feeds into my thought process. Right? They call that the subconscious mind. So I'm giving you something. This is like the secret of life. This is what the power is. This is how you be right here, right now. The secret of life. Being conscious, right? Thinking of who's around me, their energy. Is it negative? Is it positive? The type of food that I eat. Am I eating lively food? Fruit, veggies? I know everybody likes little sweets here and there. But what's my balance? Am I eating food that's going to make me think on a higher level? So everything I say I am, I walk through that. So I got to eat those type of foods in order for me to have what? High vibrational thoughts that will help me walk into everything that I said I am. I can't just eat donuts all day or just meat all day, no water, no lively food, and think I'm going to be conscious on a higher vibrational plane. This is the secret of life. My thoughts are powerful. How do I think? Me and my cousin were talking about that. They call it positive affirmation. I call it positive reinforcement. Some of y'all listen to the radio, look at TV. What that is doing is grooming what you call the subconscious mind. I'm going to break it down to you in layman's terms. The subconscious mind is that what you don't see. What we see right now, what your life is, who you are. That's what you call the conscious mind, right? So everybody see this screen right here. A movie, you can put a movie on, you can put whatever you put on it. Let's relate this to what we call the conscious mind. This is what you see. When somebody look at you, that's the conscious mind. The subconscious mind, or the mind, is this projector. That's what's coming out of it, right? Now, what I feed this projector, what I feed the brain, that's the subconscious mind. So this is the power that people don't tell you how to do it. Watch what you think. Watch what feeds you. My food, everything will be my food. The people around me, their energy, are they negative, are they positive? When I physically eat, what we just talked about, the fruits, the veggies, the water, the balancing of what I put into my body so I can have a high vibrational thought. So my conscience is what I put out there, where everybody else see what I see on that screen. The positive affirmation. I am. I wake up every morning and say, I am powerful. I am fearless. I am free. Being in y'all's shoes, being in your shoes as a grown man, everybody hurt. Everybody had trauma. How do I take my power back? I've been through it. Those are ways, ain't nobody taught, no one taught me that. I lived through it. They call that bear witness. Huh? My brother used to say it all the time, like, man, what is bear witness? I mean, I've been through it, so I can tell you the truth of it. Nobody told me that. I walked through it. I hurt. I hurt man. You guys are the seeds. You guys are lights. Create your own picture. How you think, what you eat, the people you're around. One last thing. What I learned about true power, everyone's been through something. The more or how I think, that's what's going to control my life and what I put on the screen. So if I keep giving the power to whatever difficulty or whatever trauma or whatever hardship that I've been through, if I keep giving that power, if I keep thinking about it, or I keep talking about it, sometimes you got to revisit. Me and my cousin just talking about it. Sometimes you got to revisit. Speak life. Instead of that, I'm going to give you a prime example. The way I think, some people like, man, I hope this don't happen. I don't want this, or this happened to me, and they keep going on, this happened to me. How you speak life? You speak what you want. Not, oh, this happened to me. Oh, I want this. This is what I want. I want this car. I want to be in this position. Now I hope this don't happen. This is how you change the way you're thinking. This is how you change your life. This is how you change what you see on screen and others. The conscious mind. By me programming my subconscious mind through thought. Something real simple. Anybody ever said, oh, I like that. I want these Jordans. I like these shoes. Right? Might be a red pair of shoes. The next 10, I promise you, the next 10, 15 minutes to an hour, you're going to keep seeing red shoes. Huh? See, that's the power right there. That's power. That's the power of the subconscious mind. So once you learn how to use that, watch your life change. Watch your thoughts change. I call that force momentum through energy. You create that. What I eat, what I think, the people around me, my thought process. I control all that. Thank you all. We got time. I was telling this table here, I won't be in you guys' shoes even now. You know, sometimes people come in, they want to talk for 2 hours and you almost sleep. What we want to do is make sure to give you all truth through power, right? Give you guys the truth, give you guys facts. I've been through it, I live it. Each one teach one. Hold each other up, hold each other accountable. Create your own momentum. Create your own power. I am. Y'all can ask us any questions, right? We got time. They said one of them shows they got time today.
Yeah, guys, any questions?
Any question?
All right, remember that Mr. Wally Rayner is a 10, 12-year NFL veteran. He knows everybody. So if you got NFL questions, ask that too. And also, if you got any questions about Mr. Mack in his college days, how he was, ask
Hey, but before, there you go. And before I want to thank, big thank you guys. Thank you. Everybody give me a round of applause. Also, thank Mr. Toscano as well for having this location here. I want to thank everybody. Hey, and the biggest thing, as I look at these bright faces, I feel energy. I'm an energy guy. Like I don't think, I feel. To feel you guys' energy, the warm energy, the world. Most of you guys have come. Give yourself a big round of applause.
Would you like to share with them your path to the NFL?
Yeah. So my path to the NFL, like I said, I always start that as a humble background, right? And I actually lived part of my life in Costa Rica. Anybody know what Costa Rica is? Yeah, I lived in Costa Rica. Got family over there. And might take a little bit longer, but I, like you guys, until I was 11 years old or 10 years old, I didn't really know what life was, right? Like some of the stuff people say, oh, I got it hard, I got it. I didn't know what life was. I didn't know what to turn the light on. I didn't know what running water was, right? We had a bank. We just grabbed water. We had to just stew water and then let it go down and get the water you're going to drink in. Not until I came to the United States, I realized, like, man, wow, there's a lot of stuff going on here. I don't know about my man. The stove. I remember being in my grandmother's house and just flicking the light, and she said, what's wrong with you? Leave my light alone. But that was my first part of coming over here. And then got back over here around the 10, I was at 10 years old, so 11 years old, 10 and a half, 11 years old. I saw how violent the United States is compared to a lot of countries. That's when I saw my first life being taken. There's a body, a young man got killed right in front of me. And I don't know, and you guys don't have to answer that, but it does something to your soul.
I lost my 15-year-old cousin last month. Just turned 15.
Yeah. Sorry to hear that, man. But as a man now, I can speak to you and say, in life is holistic. Everything is connected. We're just talking about the mind, the body connected, stomach, the mind, everything is connected. Everything in life happens for a reason, good or bad. They always say the cup is half full or half empty. What's your thinking process? At the age of 11 on through, I birthed 17 before I was 18. Got to a point where I couldn't cry. I'm talking, we all stayed in the same 330 apartment complex. I wanted to cry and couldn't cry. And I don't know if any of y'all, and I hope that you never feel that. I couldn't understand it. I wanted to cry. I was just walking with him 10 minutes ago. Go to the funeral and just literally couldn't cry. I remember telling my mother, like, I can't cry. I want to cry. Going back to college. And I said I wasn't going to keep tapping into trauma, but sometimes we got to tap into it. A lot of other things happened during that time. I'm here. At the University of Virginia, and quite honestly, I never dreamed about going to NFL. I just wanted to live. That's true talk. I said I was going to give my mother a house. I didn't know I never saw an NFL player in my neighborhood. I never saw. No one came to talk to me, NBA player. I didn't know those guys. I knew the other guys. I knew every night. I lay on my bunk bed. My brother gave me the top bunk because it was close to the ceiling. I almost couldn't breathe. And sometimes, as a young kid, you question, is it a higher being? Tell me why. I'm just walking with this man. He's gonna tell me something. I remember I just speak to my inner self, higher self. Some of you guys call it God. And I was just saying, let me live. I promise you I'm gonna do something great. Just let me live. Got a degree from University of Virginia, or got accepted to University of Virginia. I was out the same day. Right after graduation, I left. And I never thought about going to the NFL until two buddies of mine, they from Richmond, they went to the NFL and it was rumors like you got a shot. I was gonna get my mother a house regardless, because I put that in the atmosphere. I don't care what I had to do, she was gonna get a house. And I said, I got a shot. I just played the game. Like I truly played the game. And to be honest, I don't know anybody plays football here. I'm gonna be brutally honest with me personally. It was my relief. I was hurt, so I tried to hurt people. Anyway, it catapulted me to the highest level. They said I had a shot to play NFL ball. I just kept playing the game and passion, never really thought about it. Got drafted in the 4th round. Now, not being conscientious, knowing like the power of thought, just a little bit of it, this is a true story. I remember my mother, my father, everybody coming up, my brother, and I told my cousin this, right? And once you tap in, and once you see, they said you can't unsee. I remember I was 21, I just turned 21, it was April 19th. Draft day was 21st, April 21st, like it is, like around now. And I didn't get drafted the first day. But I knew I was going to get drafted. I went to sleep that night, and I had a vivid dream. Like I was really talking, I was playing football. I was in the NFL. It was a practice. And I kept looking like we were playing somebody, but I could not see for practice. I couldn't see the emblem on the helmet. And I woke up and I was satisfied. I knew I was getting drafted. I told my brother, my pop, I'm getting drafted. They were like, how you know? I said, man, I had a dream. I said, I had a dream and I was playing. They said, what was on the helmet? I'm like, it was nothing, man. It was nothing on the helmet. I don't know, but I know I'm getting drafted. 1999, I got drafted by the only team in the NFL that doesn't have an emblem on his helmet. Cleveland Browns. That is true. It's a true story. This is the power from within, where the universal one, all, God, whatever you want to call it, when you tap in, that's the true power. You can see without seeing. You can hear without hearing. Tap in. Control your thoughts, your food, what you eat, the people you're around. Tap in. That makes you holistically, as a circle. We call that one. You tapped in, you connected. That's what the power is. And be here right now. I know with technology it's hard. It's hard because it's always Technology keeps you, we got to use it, but it keeps you disconnected from one. That's why I sit with myself. And I'm not gonna lie, I play the game, and he goes there where his son is my little cousin, so we go to college business and that. I play the game violent, hard, so they laugh when they hear other people say how I play. I know how I play. They just call me an animal, but I had tapped into another side. Everybody got a scar. Everybody got a scar. Are you the type to put the Band-Aid over? Band-Aid ain't gonna heal it. I'm the type to snatch it off. Let the air hit it. Be one, put that cocoa butter on. Don't know about that cocoa butter. Huh? That's called bone. That's why we here right now. We healing that scar from here. We here. Manifest what you want. Speak power. Speak power. I know y'all want to hear that. I said I was going to go to NFL, this, that, and other. What it is, so let it be. That's what it was. I kept my heart pure. Stayed strong. It was a blessing. I just love the game. I promised myself 12, 13 years old, universal all. If you let me live, I'm going to do something great. I didn't know it would be this. This is another story, one last story. I got drafted, and I know some of y'all, I got drafted in NFL. Everybody know NFL, everybody think money, 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 money. I was 21 years old, made a lot of money. 21. Not as much as other than 21, but where I'm from, there was a lot of money. I was going, I think I told you this story. Got my mother's house, and I stayed in an apartment. I went to the mall we had Mondays off, went to the mall every Monday. Growing up in the city, I always wanted clothes. I love clothes. I love this. I was just buying stuff. I was buying stuff. This is true story now. And everybody tells you, because I was like a little flashy kid. I wanted flashy. I wanted all this. I went to the mall every Monday. By the time the third Monday, fourth Monday came, I came in the door, I had nowhere to put bags. True story. In my apartment, all over the guest bed, all in the floors, the kitchen, it was just bags. I even wore some of them. I remember coming in and I felt like this emptiness. Like, man, it was good when I was buying it, but then I got it and I was coming through the door. I was like, I guess got to be something else. And I remember calling my mother. See, everybody, you always call your mother. I said, Mom, I got drafted in the NFL. I'm starting as a rookie, only one or two starting rookie linebackers. Here in the NFL. I said, Mom, it's good like it. I mean, this it? It's like this something should be like this shit, something else. And she said, baby, you need to go back to your roots. They took you away from your roots. That means source. See, anything can take you outside of source. That phone, a lot of energy pushing you away. Always keep connecting back to source. Who you are internally. Keep connecting back. So I jumped in my truck. I didn't even know I had a couple billboards. I jumped in my truck. I rode in Cleveland. I rode to the neighborhood that used to look like my house, like East 99th Street. Boys and Girls Club. I pulled up and boom, pulled up and I just stopped. I looked at y'all. By the time I got drafted, 3-4 months, I never was connected to true source, true energy. It was pulling me doing all this other stuff. I'm still a kid at heart, loving the game, loving life at its truest and purest form. And here I'm here with everybody else, because everything they want is diamond jewelry, this, and it's disconnected. And I pulled up on them, up in the Boys and Girls Club. And I sat there for about 5 minutes. And The little youngins came running over there like, man, I know who you are. I know what's going on, man. What's happening? They're like, don't show your beard, boy. You lying about what's happening. How you doing? And I remember this. I never cried. I could never talk. Things I went through, I wasn't whole. I couldn't even speak like I'm speaking right now. And this brother came up and said, man, just like one of you brothers said, man, you mind you say something to our kids? I said, man, I ain't got nothing to say, man. I ain't got nothing to say to them. What am I gonna say? I remember him saying, tell your story. Exactly what he just said. Tell them how your road got you in out there. As I stood up on a blacktop, this is really nice. Y'all got chairs, air conditioning, all this. So I stood up on the blacktop. Same way I'm looking at you guys and feeling you guys that energy. Those young men sitting with their legs crossed and young women with their legs crossed, feeding to me energy. They thought I was giving them, but what they gave me in return is how I'm able to talk to y'all right now. Open my heart up. I went home and cried for about an hour. Ain't cried since I was like 12, 13. I used to joke about it. I tell some of my homeboys, man, I ain't cried since I came out as a baby and smacked. This true story. I wanted to cry for about an hour and I called my mother. That moment I became free. That moment I became free of any trauma, tragedy. I took my power back. That's why I'm here right now. For you to take your power. A lot of y'all have it. But one thing about that mountain, keep climbing that mountain. You don't stop. That mountain is going to keep happening in life. Adversity happens in life. But what I'm looking at right here, y'all the strongest. Y'all the strongest. Don't ever take that for granted. Pain, power. Each one, teach one. I am. Be what you want to be. Speak, walk, talking. Bring somebody else with you. I know I got a little bit off topic, but that was my role to the NFL. It's my role now. That's where I'm at. I'm upholding my duty. That when I was y'all age, I told the all powerful, please let me live. I promise you I'm gonna do something.
All right. Yo, as the man you are now, what is it you would tell your younger self today?
At the man I am now, what I would tell my younger self is exactly what I'm telling y'all right now. True story. Because I wasn't conscientious of my power. All of y'all got power, but then we don't tap in because no one told us how to. People always told you to be tough, but how do I be tough? People always say you can be whatever you want to be, but how do I do that? How do I think that? That combination, how I eat, what I eat, make me have high vibrational thoughts. The people I'm around, tap in the true self. I probably would have meditated more. But my energy was high, that's why I'm alive right now. Because I could feel energy. Tap into yourself. When your gut tells you something ain't right, don't go against it. Tap into your power. Create your own reality. They tell us that. I'm telling you how. True story. Some of these young minds, what y'all got? With the architect, I was talking to him, said he used to paint. That's one thing I used to do outside of football. Just grab it and start painting. It connected me to true source, my higher self. I told them to keep doing it. What's some of the other stuff? What's some of the stuff y'all do? That's beautiful. I sit with myself every day. But before I get into that, I want to thank this man. Now, this true story, right? Me, how I grew up, and I'm going to get into that in a minute. Me, how I grew up, never depend on anybody. And I want to thank all of you guys that are counselors, because I was hurting and didn't know how to express it even as a man. My cousin, you never know who's here to help him. He probably thought, man, he keep calling me all the time. But him being in the field, instead of saying this or saying that, he suggests, come on, man, come back to the gym, man. He understood without even me telling him what was going on. That was my gradual road back. Until now, I beat him to the gym, at his own gym. That's one thing I do. I get in the gym, that's myself. Meditation time. Put the headphones on and go at it. Then I take the headphones off. I sit with myself. Connect back with source. Something crazy, or not crazy, I don't like that term. But the way I played the game, and I played the game very violently, I do agree with that. But one thing I've taken up is plants. I don't even know what the proper name for it, but I buy plants, green plants. I don't know what it is. I started buying plants, and yeah, I buy plants, big green plants. So my palm tree is dying. So you come on my house, I got plants everywhere, and I water them. Where it's not gardening because it's inside. So we kind of, we call it. I just get at it. But I buy plants, I maintain the plants, I water the plants, I talk to my plants. And I'm serious, man. And I'm gonna tell you something. This is a true story, right? Because if you talk to anybody that know me, the first thing, like, he was up in Maryland with, and they was like, man, they called me. So I'm gonna just say this. My nickname in NFL was Animal. But my true self, I don't care what nobody thinks. I'm free. So if I like my plants, I like it. You got a problem with it, let's deal with it. You feel me? Because he be laughing at me all the time. And on top of that, I'm a beat. Now, all the stuff that I learned is self-care, right? I just learned this, it's like organically. You understand? Like nobody said, hey, no, you should try this. The way my body was felt, when I started getting in tune to myself, I'm like, man, my knees hurt, my hands hurt. So I stopped eating a lot of sweets. I pulled back on meat a little bit earlier, last part of my career, because the young guys coming in, you get a little heavier, you get tired, so let me pull back on something. So I stopped eating meat, just only eating fish. Felt light, felt a lot more energy. Then after that, when I retired, or right before I retired, I was like, I'm gonna just stop eating meat. Like I don't even feel like I don't want it. I don't need it. Then I had to learn, like, okay, I still like to get busy in the gym. I can't let him outdo me. He used to mess with me, like, man, you gotta eat some meat, eat some meat. So that took me more into myself, learning what type of proteins I need to put into my body. Learning my body even more than dynamic, right? So now, I only get about 4 or 5 hours. That's all I need. They always say I got a battery in my back. That's what vegan did to me, right? I got the energy of an 18-year-old. I'm 45. So those are some of the things that I do. I read, but I read what I want to read. I don't just read book. I want to fuel me, right? YouTube, Instagram, all that. Everything I do, I'm conscious that it's going to feed me. It's going to make me stronger. I'm conscious of that. The power of now. The power of now. Right now is what a power, that's what a power is. Right? They always say, what they say, you think in the past, at least being depressive thoughts or whatever. The future, anxiety, you get nervous. That's what anxiety is. Y'all know what it is. I mean, I get nervous. I don't know. I'm hoping I'm this. But right now, when you right now, that's what a power is. That's when you live. That's when the cold, negative 20-degree weather, it's like you go outside and you breathe in there. That's when you can taste life right now. That's what it is. Live right now, but be conscientious of that now. Do what everything that feeds you. Man, don't worry about what nobody thinks. Because I'm going to tell you something. I talk about my plants. So even cats, the hardest cats, big cats, 6'6", 6'7", every day, they know better. Don't touch my plants. And that's true. Man, look, whatever your power is, right? Whatever you believe in, stand on it. The moment I start believing in something and then I start moving on that right there, you get weak and weak. That's life. Huh? That's life. Man, I'm gonna stand on it. You really believe in something, stand on it. I promise you, everybody else gonna respect it. That's what life is. That's that cold. I was living in it. For being free. That was beautiful. That was good. I do reading, I'm planning, gym, meditation. I haven't mastered it yet, but I'm pretty good at it. Sit with myself. Allow the thoughts to come, allow them to go work on my, put every piece of energy on my breathing. So power is when I can singly focus on one thing, just like we're talking about, right? If I said, I want these red shoes, I like them. 10, 15 minutes, 30 minutes later, you're going to start seeing red shoes. If I say I like this particular car, you're going to see those cars a lot. That's what a power is. So I can force momentum by doing that. So the more I can sit with myself, the only thing I think of and connect to is my breath. I'm able to do that in life. Repetitively. That's what makes the man or woman. The more I do it, it becomes a part of you. So I can force momentum. I can force momentum and energy through my thoughts. That's what a power is. And look, that's what they tell y'all. Y'all don't even know that. When we looking at these movies, Superman, Spider-Man, all that like that, all they telling you is about yourself. They only telling you is about yourself. That power is in here. You just haven't tapped into it. Because they're not telling you directly. I'm telling you directly how you tap into it. There you go. Yeah, I like that. You think you got that power? So, I thought you had that power when you said what you got.
Did you have any role models growing up?
Oh, now this is beautiful. She said, did I have any role models, right? And before we get started, me and my cousin, we always say real models. Now, I'm not perfect. Trust me. Right? I got a lot of power and peace. But touch my cheek, I touch your cheek back. Y'all don't get that. True story. My role model was my father. Out of the whole 330 apartments, I remember I thought, man, ain't no way he's gonna stay here. He came. Pop worked 3 jobs, 2 full-time and a part-time job for 20 years until I was able to get him out of it. Never heard him complain. Never heard him just put his head down and work. Little did I know he was dealing with trauma. And then went away and helped deal with his trauma. He always wanted a father. And he would play with, when he was a young boy, he played with two little boys across the street. And he was like, man, I want a father, man. Wish I had one of those, man. I wish I had a father, man. And everybody got their own, like we said, everybody got their own scars. Never judge anybody on their scars. Not until he was 40 years old. Somebody say, man, that's your father. His father was the two little boys that he played with across the street. That was his father. His mother never told him. He had all types of internal problems. High blood pressure, all these things come from internally first. Right? The organs are connected to emotions. Anger is connected to the liver. They're like liver problems. Right? That's what we tell about, everything is organic. And I told my cousin this on this long drive in West Virginia, he was trying to go to sleep, kept buzzing. But he had to deal with that. And I had a grandmother. My grandmother was 87, 88 years old, and she was tough. She had beat cancer twice, took one of her breasts off. She lived a rough life, but I was like, this is the toughest lady I've ever seen in my life, man. She got sick. She bounced back out. She was ready. My father went away to deal with his trauma, came back. And he sat down with her. He said, I know who my father is. They cried, talked about it for half a day. And she told him, I can rest now. She was ready to go. She was waiting all this time for that. She died like 2 weeks later. This is the power of your thoughts, the words. Be free. Live right now. The power is within you. Everybody got their scar. Everybody got a scar. What you got? Who got something else? Oh, there you go, young lady. Go ahead. Oh, you want to? What you got? One of my weaknesses? No weakness. Man, when you become one, whatever someone may think of weakness on a physical form, I believe when you connect to the source, there's no weakness. There's no fear. I was just talking to Mr. Toscano about that. Whatever you believe in, or somebody else believes in, or someone taught you to believe in, think about that. So many people go to all these religious services, this, and they have fear. Danger is real. Fear is a choice. Someone asked somebody else that question. I don't believe I have it. I mean, being humbly. You understand what I'm saying? Humbly, not arrogantly.
So I'm sure you've had a lot of people come in and out of your life, especially after you got your football contract and all that. How did you know, because they also have a lot of people coming in and out of their lives, how did you know who to trust and who to believe in, or who tried to get in and you knew that was not somebody I wanted in my life?
So it goes, that's a great question. That all goes back to everything we just talked about, tapping in, becoming one, right? Even when I wasn't even conscious of it. Instead of me thinking, I feel. Your gut feeling, they call that the God feeling, right? When you trust that, will be 99.9% right. So people come in this, that's all energy. People can fake they like you. People can fake they want to be around you. People can fake that, but that energy don't lie. You see what I'm talking about? When you tap in, that energy don't lie. You gotta believe it, right? That's your higher self. Tap in, believe it. So that's why I'm still here. I had those that come try to do harm to me. I had those try to do this, try to do that. Stay tapped in. You gotta keep tapping in, right? Some days better than others, some weeks better than others, some months better. You gotta keep tapping in. Whatever it is for you to take to keep tapping in, whether that's meditation, whether that's fasting, whether that's reading, keep tapping in to your high self. Keep tapping in. And then these things right here, that energy, right? Energy never lies. It won't never lie. Who is it? You have something else, right? Don't worry about it. There you go. Who got something else? Come on, man. Back in the back table back there. Get moved, man. Couple of y'all. Anybody got something? Hey, ask me anything. Ask my favorite food. Right. He said, who's my favorite coach? I'm going to tell you, my favorite coach. I grew up in the inner city, right? And growing up in the inner city, I never saw Caucasian people. No, I'm serious. I never saw Caucasian people in the city. Went to West Side High School. And it was a guy named Tommy Knox was the head football coach. Tommy Knox lived on the other side of town. Now, loved football, loved his players. I was a freshman coming in. Tommy Knox would drive, or not drive, he would ride his bike, like a real bike. Take 2 hours or so more every single day from the south side of Charlotte to the west side of Charlotte. Think about that. And he would tell us, you guys stay around here. You have no reason to be late. You can get a taxi, your grandmother, somebody can pick you up, you can hitchhike, you can do whatever it takes, and you'll be, whatever you can do, you can do that by taking me the time from getting from South Charlotte to over here. You had no excuse. The same thing we're talking about right here. There's no excuse for you not to be your greatest and highest self. He was my favorite coach because unconsciously he taught that. So a lot of people look for excuses or point the finger. Well, all you got to say is, I am. He gave no room for error, no excuse. So he was my favorite coach. That took me with. I took that with me wherever I went. No excuses, none given, none accepted. Grown folks, I can ask questions too. We don't know. What's up, bro? The experience playing in Cleveland, man, it was beautiful because he drafted me. But it was like high school, right? Certain areas in the United States, like football, that's what they got. That's what they do. It was unreal. They send big cars, all types of stuff to the house. They know your name, they know your sister's name, your mother, your grandmother. It's crazy. But I enjoyed it, man. It's a real football town like high school. The most electrifying player that I played against or seen, I'm going to say, who? Who's that? Who? Nah, not me. I'm going to tell you who. I'm about to tell you right now. It was between Damian Thomas and Marshall Faulk. I mean, the Damian Thomason, we said, man, look, everything gonna freeze over. This guy's not going to run the ball on us. Now, well, let me tell you something. He didn't run the ball on us. He had about 30 yards, but he caught for 280. He caught for 280 yards. And then, like Marshall Falk, man, like, you never judge a book by its cover. Right? I learned that at an early age playing for the police team. But I'm going to tell you about the story about Marshall Falk. I saw this guy, like, I'm like, I'm in the weight room looking at him. This guy come in, like, not one muscle on his body. Little short guy, kind of walk like this. I'm like, I'm gonna eat this guy lunch. I'm about to eat him up. Man, we get out there. I couldn't even. He was just flying by. They put him out as a wide receiver, man. That was one of the greatest. I was y'all probably young. We called the greatest show on turf. And I was a rookie linebacker. And it was loud. It was coming. This boy was moving like this. I remember doing like this. Timeout. Right. Ain't no way, man. There's too many people out here. They were moving like that. Marshall Falk, man, he's a beast. But that's why both those guys in the Hall of Fame. You know, man, it's respect. What you got, man? Yeah, you said I'm going back to Trinity? Yeah, we here. Yes, sir. We're going nowhere. We're Trinity. We were just talking about Trinity. The energy change and shift. You guys are part of what they call this new world. I don't know if y'all know. Y'all read a lot of stuff, but this new world is this new shift of energy, right? This new world is that new shift of what they call self-consciousness. Huh? The new world is power. Don't let anybody take that from you. You got people that understand this now. I'm speaking to you some real. You got people that understand this power. You have people that understand this frequency. We still young. See the people like that? They part of it. It's that energy. Huh? New world is energy, which they call love. Love energy is strong. What you got?
I want to know, when you ever participated in therapy, when you did, what did you get? What was like the best thing you got?
That was good. So she said, if y'all didn't hear, did I ever participate in therapy? As a young individual, and I'm an Asian baby, right? So, this is a blessing that we didn't have this, right? We didn't have these people that cared about your well-being like that. You understand? So at you guys' age, no, my therapy was football, right? I mean, after I played a football game, I felt relieved. I gave everything I got. Not until I really truly tapped in after the game that I did go see someone. And it was really based on, you can't heal something, right? If you don't address that. So people always say, oh, these guys in football football did this to them. But you got to understand when you see guys that the Lord calls and effect, you see maybe a guy in trouble or this, he might not have been tapped in yet. He might have never dealt with problems that catapulted him all the way to the highest level. So I went and talked to someone. Mine was based on my past experience. Because what I was seeing, and I'm not going to get deep into it, like no person could, you shouldn't see that every day, like every time you talk to somebody. And then on top of that, my cousin, right? I mean, he's in the field, he's my cousin. He's in the field, so he just let me spew and just spit and just talk. And he was like, you know how you guys do it.
And you said you felt really cried a lot afterwards. And also, earlier, you also likened your breathe to your true self. And it seems to me also that your true self was just conscious of everything, but also perhaps when you went back to your roots, that was where you found your love and inspiration. So in addition to being conscious, having love and inspiration is that. And that's what you keep saying, tap into your true self. So is it tapping into the source of that love and inspiration? And
this is a beautiful young lady.
so much I can do for these people. I really love these people. And it's just hard to see, like, everybody. But I'm not leaving them behind because I'm gonna get through it and I'm gonna use that as inspiration to get me my stuff that I need to do. I wanna bring people up.
So your first thing is like, you know, don't put a destination of who you want, right? So it sounds like to me, this is your field. Each one of you all, us, have a gift. Sometimes we just gotta peel that back. A lot of times, the person peels that back for us. Just listen to it. The other thing which I thought was beautiful, taking notes, is we talking about tapping in. She said, when I went back to those that look like me, young people, the biggest energy, and my grandmother used to say this, I never understood that, is love energy. Love energy first is self. So tapping in means tapping in back to what? Oneself. It's only how I can love somebody else or appreciate others. So tap back into self.
This is one I wanted to ask. Starting the hallway. What's your regimen?
My regimen? Man, you know what? I mean, this is true now. Hey, cousin, if I tell the truth, we get in the gym and we just get at it. I'm telling you, like, it be about 5 or 6 of us. I might start something, then we all do it. He might start something, then we do that too. Oh, we hit shoulders, though I did it yesterday. We're gonna do it again. So it's called, it's like chaotic great energy, right? We just get at it. So I don't really have a regimen. I mean, I do eat 1 meal a day. Had that right there. But you know, so this is true story. I eat 1 meal a day. Only reason I eat 1 meal a day now. Yeah, everybody. But let me tell you why. I always question what everybody always tell you. People always tell you do this, do this. Anybody say why? So when I was a kid, I was always inquisitive about stuff. They say, man, you got to eat 6 meals a day. I was like, okay, why though? Like I'm not hungry. Like, why would I eat? So we get trained when somebody tell us, you should eat 3 meals a day. You eat when you're hungry. You don't eat just to eat. You sure what I'm saying? Some people just eat. So hey, y'all ask me a question, I keep going. I forgot the time. I was in it now. But yeah, that's it. Hold on. We got one more question.
So, this is what I talk about best friend in high school. You ain't the only one who lost that time. I lost my dad when I was 2. I lost my nephew. He was an infant. He died. It was my fault. He died because of me, my brother. He fed him something that he wasn't supposed to eat. He choked and died. I cry every single time I think about it. My dad, he died. He didn't feel like going to the hospital. He didn't want to. He keeps smoking and drinking. Mess up his heart. He got a heart attack at his job. Hold on. You ain't the only one in the world who lost somebody. It's everybody who lost somebody too. Think about this homeless.
That's right.
They lost their home. They lost their family. They lost everything. You see them on the street.
That's right.
Everybody.
Everybody got a scar.
Everybody lost somebody.
Until you go back and deal with that, that's when you'll be free. No one scar is greater than another.
But you gotta do that yourself. You can't let nobody else do it for you.
That's right. Talk, man.
You gotta let somebody, you gotta speak for yourself. This is what I have a problem with. I can't speak for myself.
You can. You're doing it right now. You can. You're doing it right now. You're doing it right now. Everybody in this room is proud of it. That was beautiful. But look, they know how to get a hold of us. We'll be back. I want to thank you all. I can keep talking because you guys bring the best out of me. Sometimes you think I'm giving you something, but you're giving us something. So give yourself a round of applause again. Thank you.
Also, Sarah, you can share briefly his connection with all of us and Wally, and then I'll,
Alright, real quick. My story ain't that. So, but I went to Virginia when you got here, man. But making it in psychology, got my degree, started working in the field, was over at a group home called Dominion. Decided going there like 3 years, I decided I wanted to do something else. So opened my own agency, which was community-based counseling. We're still going now. That led into what we're doing now. When I got with my cousin, once he retired from the NFL, we wanted to find a way to give back. We started this foundation, VA Pro Elite. But I'm from Norfolk, man. Typical inner city like Richmond. And I traveled in relation to different households. But through hard work and dedication, we're here, right? So,
Right now.
that's right.
And I appreciate this guy here.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
introduce our CEO of the United States.
Yeah,
I'm going to ask you guys,